What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Kiwan, and I am back with Tyler Perry Sisters, Season 10, Episode 6, Anything But Shy. Before I start, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, click the notification bell button so you can be updated on every video I drop. Make sure y'all like the videos so I can stay in the algorithm. As I stated in my last video, I am under the weather, y'all. Be patient, okay? We gonna rock this thing out. Okay, but I'm saying all of that. I'm saying that to say we can do away with the negativity towards me in the comments. I appreciate every comment that y'all make, and I even appreciate the disagreement of the show. But when it comes to me and my channel, I need y'all to chill out. All right, I don't get into it with people I don't know, y'all, and that's not my thing. That's not who I am. I'm all about fun loving. This is why I do YouTube, because it's fun for me. That's it, y'all. That's it. The way I run my channel is how I run my channel. And again, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all subscribing. I appreciate y'all commenting. And if it's not, I know it's not everybody, so to those, y'all know, let this fly. This not y'all. It's just different people. And yeah. All right. So we gonna keep this lighthearted. Okay? Okay. Anyway, so what I say, season 10, episode 6, Anything But Shy. All right. Danny, Andy, and Fatima. So the episode picks up with Andy wanting to call the police. Danny tells her no because she wasn't great. She says she beat, I fought him off of me. I hit him with a frying pan, so therefore nothing happened. So Fatima asks who did it. Danny asks why and said, it was just some guy at the grocery store. And again, I feel like she was dropping little hints. She met homeboy at the grocery store. So I think she was saying it without saying it, and I could be wrong. Well, y'all let me know what y'all think, but I feel like she was saying it without saying it. Anyway, so the ladies don't want him to get away with it, and she told the ladies to leave. She was like, listen, I just want y'all to leave me alone. So she keeps telling them, she don't want to talk about it. Danny lashes out at Fatima and was like, are you trying to be Sabrina? Because you're not. And Fatima kept it cute. She took it on the chin, and she did keep it a buck with her. Like, you need to know this. We care about you, and I get why you doing what you doing, but we care about you. And I need the writers to stop allowing Fatima to take everything on the chin. I'm sorry. I get it. I get that Fatima has to be the understanding character, but yeah, no. The only thing I feel like instead of all the not being held accountable in past seasons, because they was not holding each other accountable. The only one they really tried to hold accountable was Danny. And that's the only thing I did not like. We need real accountability when it comes to these ladies, and we need real talk when it comes to these ladies. So how it comes out because I love you. That's all. I ain't got nothing else to say about that. So Tony enters the house. Sir, how did you get a key? How are you in here? So I guess he grabbed the spare key. I guess that could have been maybe laying on her table. I want to say that was the key she had for him prior. He saw it and he felt like it was okay to take it again. Tony, no. I get what he was trying to do, y'all. I really do. But I also don't understand when he feel like he can't read the room, or he's overstepping. Like, he is such a boundary crosser. But in this case, I don't think he means to be. He don't. But still, where she at. She really don't want you there, and for you to take the key, that's crazy to me. I know it was such a little thing, but I just wanted to point that out. So she takes the key from him. So everybody's still asking her what happened. She doesn't want to talk about it, but she gets up and she was like, I was almost raped. I fought him off. And she said, now I want y'all to leave. she tells them, y'all focusing on me. Y'all really need to be focusing on Sabrina. And so Tony was like, there is nothing we can do about that at the moment. But while we're here, we can actually help you. So Fatima was like, you know what? I don't want to overstep. I don't want to, cross your boundaries. So I'm going to leave. And so as she gets up and heads to the door, she asks Andy, was she coming? I don't think Andy wanted to leave, but, she was like, okay. So she get up, she tells Danny, I love you, call me. She starts to cry, and they leave. And Danny was like, she told her that she would call her, but I don't know. So Tony, he doesn't want to leave, and I get it. She tells Tony, listen, I'm good. Tony asks to stay on the couch, and she goes back into the restroom. It's nothing we can do. I get what Tony's trying to do, so at this point, I'm not going to argue with that. Like, I'm not going to argue with Tony because I feel like what he's doing is commendable. I just had a slight issue with the key, but Danny, I can't speak on that either because I've never been in that space. And so, I don't know, y'all. It's just not for me to say, oh, she need to get over it, or, she need to tell. And you don't know unless you've been in that position. So, I feel like her feelings are valid. That's all. I know what I said about Fatima. I just don't want Fatima to be anybody's punching bag moving forward. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, Fatima makes it home and she's crying. She goes to Zach and she, he hugs her. And she tells him, Danny was attacked, but she fought the guy off. Fatima thinks she was actually assaulted and she's not being honest about it. Well, she wasn't. She did fight him up, so she is being honest. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. That just came out. I think I will say this. That night she actually slept with him and she had all of that, the edibles and the drinks and all of the things. I think he did something, I don't know, even though she consented to it, I think something happened in that moment. That's all. I don't know. I just don't trust him. I don't trust him. Anyway, Fatima tells Zach how defensive Danny was and how she lashed out at everybody. And Zach was asking like everybody else, who was the guy. Fatima think it was somebody they know or know of. Now, one thing we will say about Zach and Fatima, they will solve a Scooby-Doo mystery. And I can assure you, they will figure it out. Anyway, Zach just sitting there, he gets Fatima up and, tell her, hey, just go to bed, relax, yada, yada, yada. And it felt like to me, his wheels were churning, but that was just my opinion. Just my opinion. That's all. So it wasn't much with Andy and Cheyenne. We got very little of them tonight, which is fine because we've gotten a lot of them in these past few episodes. Basically, Andy wants Cheyenne to get on Indeed and find her a job. Okay? That's all. So, back at the bank, Paige hugs Maurice. He don't want to hug. He was like, And he was like, I'm okay. You know how that go, the strong people mantra. And she was like, you're not okay, but it's okay to not be okay. Okay? So, she asked about Sabrina. He said it was heartbreaking, and then we get a flashback from the hospital. Now, y'all, I don't mind a flashback. We just didn't have to get that longevity of a flashback. We just did not. Okay? We did not. Okay? So anyway, he tells Paige how Sabrina looked, being plugged up, machines and wires and, all of the things he tells, he goes on to tell Paige that Sabrina is strong. Sabrina is a fighter. She's going to make it. And Paige, I didn't really catch that part, but I think she was about to say something to kind of counter what he said. And he was like, nah, I don't want to hear no negativity. I don't want to hear no negativity. We gonna be positive in this moment when it comes to Sabrina. But I don't know. Sabrina did post her I'm sorry, not Sabrina, Novi. I saw her post today on her Instagram, and she posted her years, and she did her speech in the comments, and I was like, oh, like I'm gonna cry. So I'm feeling like we gonna pull a plug. Whew. I'm feeling like we gonna pull a plug. Yeah. But I want it to be open. Like, I still want her to be able to come along. So if we pull a plug, we know she's not returning. If there is no plug pulled, they'll just kind of remove her in a way where, things are still open. So anyway, y'all remember Miss India. Miss India was the one who hired Sabrina back. She hired Sabrina for the promotion. She hired Sabrina back when everything happened with Q and, and Miss India wanted Maurice gone. So yeah, it just to catch y'all up to speed. Miss India was after everything happened, they got the jobs back. Sabrina was the only one to get her job back. Eventually, Maurice was able to get his job back, but Miss India was like, no. She was just flat out no to Maurice, and I understand why. So, of course, I think this gonna be a whole thing because Sabrina got him back on, and I don't think Miss India really fooled with Maurice like that. So Maurice is not gonna be able to do whatever he wants to do as he was doing with Sabrina. So I don't know. So Miss India will be handling Sabrina's responsibilities, and Maurice he can't stand her. India is looking to replace Sabrina eventually, and Maurice was like, replace her, why? She's gonna be all right. Like, in Maurice's mind, Sabrina's coming back, and he's not ready to let go of the fact that she may or may not be coming back. So then we get back to Danny and Tony. Tony apologizes to Danny for what has happened to her. He finally takes accountability about the part he played, what led up to everything. He took accountability for A, okay? Because with this, we have to start at A. And what happened? It was your shenanigans, not that caused her to be SA'd. It was his shenanigans that kicked her out and to allow another man to come in because you wasn't doing your part. You was doing whatever you wanted to do. Anyway, so he tells Danny that he should have been there, to protect her. He asks if she was okay. He tells Danny, you should report the guy. And he was like, listen, I'll come with you. And she was like, no. And again, I don't think it's clicking for Tony. Like, you just beat the police officer up. I don't think he's going to get it until after maybe Fatima and Andy finds out. So Andy talks with Benson. Hayden is back, y'all. Hayden is back with his little curls. Okay, y'all know that little brush that they use with the holes in it. Yeah, he in a black suit. Okay, he was always wearing blue last season, so now he wearing black. I don't know. You'd think that a character would come back a little bit more developed, but no, he comes back as the same little hater that he is. Okay. So anyway, Andy tells Benson about the text and how her car blew up. Hayden tells Andy it seemed like she pissed some people off. She accuses Dr. Cruz. Dr. Benson tells her to be careful with pulling out accusations like that. Like, you can't do that without having proof behind it. So Andy keep switching them up. Hayden tells Andy, there are plenty of people that don't like her. And at this point, Benson was like, Hayden, just leave. Not like that, but because he's just been his usual antagonistic self. Okay? So Andy assures Benson that it is Dr. Cruz. Like, she strongly felt like it's Dr. Cruz. We did find out, because we didn't know this, that she received another text to arson her penthouse. How does Dr. Cruz know he have a penthouse? For me, it's really starting to ring, because we really didn't get rid of what's his name, Gary, like that. It just kind of feel like Gary could be working with Dr. Cruz again. My opinion, it's odd, because last season we seen Gary's ex-wife. Like, we ain't hear from her since what, season 2 or something. Like, I don't know. So Benson tells Andy to tread carefully, and he tells her, I would check with the bureau to see what they can find, see if there's any chatter going on. So she also reminded she reminded Benson how Dr. Cruz threatened him when everything went down with all the women. And he was reminded in that moment, he said, I haven't seen this side of Cruz before. And it also reminded me of what privilege looked like. He tells Andy to keep her head on a swivel. Can we not? It's the colloquialisms for me. Okay? You can look at Benson and you will tell Benson, keep your head on a swivel. And Benson now never know what that means. But he just happened to have that line. Maybe. I don't know. It's the colloquialisms. Can we not? I'm just saying. So, y'all, Hayden goes into Fatima's office throwing salt per usual. It is not a day go by that he cannot help himself. He has to be a hater. Now, however, he may be a hater, but he wasn't lying about what he said next. He tells Fatima that Andy is always getting into some type of trouble. And it's her personal life that causes her and the people around her to get in some type of trouble. So, he goes back to Benson's office. But he wasn't lying. I promise. Like, I know we all don't like Hayden, but he wasn't lying. He was not lying. So anyway, Andy tells Fatima that the conversation she had with Benson. Andy also thanks Fatima for showing up for Danny. Fatima tells Andy, I don't feel like Danny's telling us everything, and Andy agrees. But she did tell y'all everything. She just didn't tell y'all who. Again, they, decided they wanted to meet for lunch or whatever. And Fatima said, I forgot to bring them leftovers. Girl, throw them leftovers away. All right? Throw them away. All right? And do we really need Hayden, y'all? Like, we don't. But okay. So, back at the house, Zach gets a phone call, and it turns out that he didn't get the bid, and he was extremely disappointed, which he was really looking forward to that. So, I wasn't mad that he did feel away. So we see Cheyenne scrolling on her phone. She must have took them 3 to 6 seconds on Indeed to find something, and nothing stuck out to her. Ma'am, you need to do better. Cheyenne ain't nothing. Listen, I kind of like Cheyenne. But she a little bum. Okay, my girl is a little bummy, but I low-key like her. All right. So we get to Pam and Maurice. Maurice goes to the shop to take an extended lunch break, and magically she turned what was supposed to be a I forget what it was supposed to be, a nail part, I guess, to do the nails. She turned it back into what it originally was. And so Maurice was like, why didn't you tell us? And Pam was like, well, I called Karen and she told me where the plans was at, and it wasn't nothing there, y'all. It was just them being Pam and Maurice. So again, Maurice is still trying to adjust without Sabrina. This is hard for him. So then in the next scene, we get Rich and Zach. Zach wasn't much there, but Zach tells Rich about the bid and how he didn't get it. He tells Rich he lost it to an M. Truitt Enterprise, and y'all know that's Madison. Rich tells Zach, oh, the lady who won the bid, she's cool, and and at this moment, Zach was like, it's fine. And he decided to pop up at Fatima's job. So y'all know if Zach ain't gonna do nothing else, he's gonna pop up at that law office. Okay? So Danny and Tony talk. And I just wanna say that wrap dress that Danny had on was everything. It was cute. Like, she's been wearing these rose colors. And I wonder if it's a reason behind it. But again, just me. I just think out loud. Both Danny and Tony returned back from grabbing food, and she still wants to know, she still want to know, like, why you still here? Okay, you can go. So Tony wants to stay, and he asks again, who is the guy? And Danny asks why. The episode ended here, and I guess it's gonna be a little bit of drama next week because Hayden and Zach gonna pass words as usual. India and Maurice gonna have some words. Dr. Vaughn brings Andy some flowers. Rich have another conversation with Madison. I guess he gonna talk about how Sabrina looked and all of the things. And Fatima gonna beat the hell out of Cheyenne. Okay? She was just hugging on Zach like, Zach, why do we have to keep this same storyline? I hope that's his cousin. But knowing Zach, how you know her? Why is she hugging on you? Like, we got answers. So, yeah, Fatima gonna yoke her up, and right until she find out that's Andy's cousin. I mean, Andy's sister. Anyway, y'all. Thank y'all. This is your girl Kiwan reminding. Before I head out, I won't have any videos tomorrow. Because I'll have all of the rest of my videos start on Friday, Saturday. So I'll be doing content Friday and Saturday. So no content tomorrow. Just enjoy these 2 Tyler Perry videos. Shout out to y'all. Thank y'all for, getting my videos up there and out there. Okay, thank you so much. Anyway, this is your girl Kiwan reminding you to wait, what? keep showing up. Y'all be cool in the comments. Stay true to yourself. Be cool in the comments. And listen, I done forgot. Okay. Oh, keep growing. Let me see. Okay, I'm ready. This is your girl Kiwan reminding you to keep showing up, keep growing, stay true to yourself, be cool in the comments, y'all. And I'll see y'all in the next video.